For as long as I can remember, I've been told and I've told other people, oh, don't pray for patience. Don't pray for patience, because then God will give you something to be patient about. And we know that patience is a sign of spiritual maturity. As a matter of fact, on God's love list, 1 Corinthians 13, the first thing is patience. And I believe that patience comes before kindness and not holding a grudge and loving forever. Patience comes before that because I think it's a foundation. So if we don't want to pray for patience because God might give us something to be patient about, then how do we develop our patience? I think it's important that we develop our patience so that when we get somewhere where we have to have patience, then we're prepared to do that. So here's just a few things that you can do to purposely prepare and train to be patient. The first thing is slow down on purpose. Slow down on purpose. Try driving in the slow lane. Get behind somebody in the slow lane. Or if you're in a fast lane and somebody in front of you is driving slow, then drive behind that person. Don't try to pass that person. When you're in the grocery store line, let the guy in front of you, or even better than that, get in the longest line and then let the guy behind you get in front of you. Not the guy with just one loaf of bread. Matter of fact, when you have just one loaf of bread, let the guy behind you. You see where I'm going with this? It's important that we practice slowing down if we're going to be patient. The other thing is we've got to understand that we're all different. We're all different. We come from a different place. Some of us, our personality is we're much more aggressive, or you may be a list maker, you may be an extrovert, you may be an introvert, you may have a whole lot more energy than somebody does, or nurture, depending on the type of family, the people that you knew, the way you were trained growing up. We're all different, and we've got to understand if you're going to learn to be patient with each other, then we've got to learn that we're all different. I think the third thing that's really important, and it helps, is to remember how patient that God is with us. The Bible tells us that God is slow to anger. He waits on us. He loves us unconditionally. It's so important for us to realize Jesus died for us while we were still sinners. He didn't make us be who we were supposed to be or demand that we were a certain type of person and then give us our freedom or redeem us. While we were still sinners, the Bible says. That's patient. God is patient with us. We need to remember that when we're dealing with other people. And then fourthly, this is very important because our default nature is to not be patient. So if we're going to learn to be patient, I think one of the best things we can do is we can learn to listen. Yeah, listen. Most of us don't do that naturally. There aren't many people that are just very good listeners. Matter of fact, most people that are good listeners, if you talk to them about it, they train themselves to be good listeners. It's amazing. The Bible actually tells us that if we're quiet and if we listen more, then we're wise. You pick up some things that are really, really important. Look, when you're listening, when you're a better listener, you're going to be a better husband. You're going to be a better wife. If you learn to listen to your boss, you're going to be a better employee. If you learn to listen to your friend, you're going to be... See, the amazing thing is when you listen, you don't just hear their words. When you listen, you notice things about them. You notice the way you notice anxiety. You notice their body language. You notice that they're happy. You notice that they're sad. You notice that they're really wanting somebody's attention. Learn to listen. Number 5, we've got to learn just to give each other a break. Just give somebody a break. Think of them as good before you think of them as being bad. It makes it so much easier to get along with people and to keep you from getting angry. We just got to learn to give each other a break. We've each got weaknesses, and we've got to understand that. And the Bible says to be patient with each other, to make allowance for the faults that we have, because we love them. That's why we would do that. And then the last thing is learn to follow the golden rule. I think the golden rule is a great way to just kind of maybe sum all this up. We could put all the other 5 points into this. Learn to follow the golden rule. The golden rule says what? Treat others the way you would like to be treated. I mean, that's the way it is, isn't it? I mean, wouldn't you prefer that people are patient with you? You feel more cared. You feel more loved. That's what happens when you're patient with people, and that's why you would like for people to be patient with you. You know what God says about being patient with Him? He says, "Be still and know that I am God." If you do all of those things and you practice the discipline of being patient, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to end up understanding God more. He says, be still. Just be still. Block everything else out. Be still and watch for me. God says, be still and watch me move. Be still and see who I point out for you to talk to because they need help or they need love or they need extra attention. Be still just so you can hear me talk to you, God says. Learn to be patient. It'll change your life. What a great thing to do for 2014. Thank you so much for watching Life Support TV. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it'll help you. My goal is always to help you live a better life. Please subscribe by clicking the link above and you will receive emails telling you when the next Life Support TV video comes out. Also, you can share with others or you can like or comment. I'd love to hear what you feel about this topic or a question about another topic that I can deal with in the future. I will respond to your comments. Thank you very much. God bless.